Oh, you don't tell them.
Future expansions, we shall be creating a safe, legal, and productive pathway for Ghanaians to work abroad while generating remittances that will contribute significantly to our national development agenda.
If I have to tell my story today, it will be a very long story. But this is an opening address, so I won't go for that. It will interest most of you here to know that I've done so many jobs, including importing rice, tomatoes, cooking oil, micro, so many things, garments, t-shirts, underwear, so many things. And then branching into industry, getting into mining, not Galamsey, but salt.
This is Magical GH. Magical GH. And I will be near my papa. Subscribe Nestle. Magical.
I'm here to support my brother. Thank you so much. Once again, the old man is always talking about you. He told you when to see. You told him, you don't tell him.
He doesn't tell me. I felt that.
Oh, you don't tell him.
Come on.
So kasi untuk ini
my brother. Ball.
Make way. Make way.
Ball.
Enough.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Have you seen it? Mr. Malik
Give us one.
You don't understand the word mad.
The teachers did us.
The entry, I want all of us to pay him homage by standing for him. Ladies and gentlemen, please. So we have the grand entry of the representative of the Ghana, Mantse, His Royal Majesty King Taki. And we also do have the Paramount Chief of the Abola traditional area and also advisor to the Mantse all here. So, King Taki Tekochu II, please, his grand entry. And you know, across boards, across the country, various organizations, especially within the fraternity of media, as well as various ministries, departments, and agencies, are using this month, the month of March, as Ghana Month. It also means that that is where we have tradition, culture, custom, history retold. And again, great education and information for the public by the media, as well as other representatives. Now that he's seated, may you all take your seats. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're collaborating with the sector ministry, that's the Ministry for Labor, Jobs and Employment. And as you know, the John Mahama Nana Jane Opukwajiman government just came into office, and so we have a new minister for the sector as well. But what should dominate our minds has been what the narrative has been over the last 2 years about why a country like Ghana, in excess of over 30 million people, has in excess 14% of that population unemployed. For those that are even employed, they are either underemployed or not just receiving the right sort of satisfaction that they need for those jobs. And it's for this, as well as other reasons, that we have this great event. Let me just start by also welcoming all of you. Ni, Nameng, ladies and gentlemen, various representatives from the diplomatic corps, as well as international missions, various ministries, departments, and agencies who have their representatives and heads here, former ministers, distinguished legal practitioners, members of parliament, among many others, as well as my friends from the media. We say you are welcome. We'll start this great event by inviting a very beautiful but intelligent and spirit-filled lady or woman to help us with the opening prayer. Wena Atipo. Please give her a round of applause as Wena Atipo, spirit-filled. All of you know special water, anything special right here, whether it's the real estate or all the investments that are around. He's the man behind it. And I believe, I can dare say, his best friend is Despite, Kwame Despite. Please, a round of applause to Dr. Oforisapo. And then also, we have seated right here a man who has made it possible for all of us to be in this great position. And we're grateful for you as well that you've made this possible. And Andres Bedding, the head of the Ghanaian European Center. Thank you. After that, he occupied a position with his political party as the director of elections. Thank you also for passing through. Next, seated to him is a man I've known, I believe, for 26 years now. Yeah. So he used to teach press law. The old men and women, we try to tweak our style and our behavior and whatever it is that we have to do to focus on the largest group in our population. The Member of Parliament for Jomoro, Dorcas Afo Tafe. Please, a round of applause. You can also find her on TikTok as well. Yeah, I'm not saying it's her, but when she walks, they are taking pictures, everything, so you'll find her. Next to her is a distinguished lady in the making who is deputizing as the chief executive, deputy in that position for the Youth Employment Agency, Sadinam Kekeshi. Thank you. Possible for the youth to be inspired with what you represent. And as you make your way, we have to do that and have a curtain raiser from the distinguished chairman for the Work Abroad program. And the first to speak is Dr. Oforisapo. Please, a keynote address. Give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. Dr. Ofori-Sapong.
Thank you. The representative of His Royal Majesty King Takitewi Achu II, Ni Ahene Nunu II, the Honorable Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment, Honorable Dr. Abdul Rashid Babo, the Chief Executive of the Youth Employment Agency, our own friend, Malik Basintale, distinguished partners of this very important program, esteemed guests, members of the media, honorable members of the Board of Health and Job Agency, lawyer Tony Forsen, a very good friend, the former Minister for Youth and Employment, Honorable Elvis, Ifri Yankra, eminent ladies and gentlemen, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to welcome you all to this program. Today marks the beginning of a very bold and crucial step towards solving one of Ghana's most pressing challenges, unemployment, particularly among our youth. Ghana is a country blessed with immense resources. We boast of gold, cocoa, oil, fertile lands, yet we continue to overlook the greatest resource of them all, our human capital. Our young people, the very backbone of our future, remain underutilized, unappreciated, and in many cases are left with no hope. The numbers speak for themselves. Ghana's youth population makes up a significant percentage of our total population, yet 14.7% of them remain unemployed. According to the Ghana Statistical Services, if government absorbs about 5% and the private sector is going to absorb even another 2%, what happens to the rest? What happens to those without strong networks? Those without who, and if our graduates are struggling to find opportunities, then what about the uneducated, the unskilled youth? This is more than just an economic problem. It takes a national security threat. A restless, unemployed youth population is a tickling time bomb. And I believe the current government is taking initiatives to help solve these problems. I don't want to speak for the government, but I know Honorable Minister is here. I'm sure when it gets to his time, we'll speak for the government. But I believe and I'm sure that the government is making all efforts to help solve these problems. And this is why the work of the Abroad Program Council, the program that we are holding tonight. This initiative is not just about jobs. It's about giving our young people a future, an opportunity to develop skills, earn a dignified income, and return as global professionals who can contribute meaningfully to Ghana's development. In other words, what we are trying to do is ask our youth, help them to go out there, work, earn money, earn some skills, try to kill two birds with one stone, come back home, open jobs, enter into entrepreneurships, just like I did many years ago. If I have to tell my story today, to be a very long story, but this is an opening address, so I won't go for that. It will interest most of you here to know that I've done so many jobs, including importing rice, tomatoes, cooking oil, micro, so many things, garments, t-shirts, underwear, so many things. And then branching into industry, getting into mining, not Galosino, but software. Getting into real estate, getting into media, TV, radio, and all that. Getting into production, for which you all know, special soft drinks, and so many other jobs. Europe is facing a growing labor shortage, and Ghana has a young, energetic workforce that can meet this demand. It takes a win-win situation for our country, for our youth, and for the international job market. I am greatly encouraged by the presence of the Honorable Minister for Jobs and Employment, and I commend the participation of the Minister of Foreign Affairs as well. Their presence assures us that the safety, welfare, and dignity of our youth will be protected as they step onto the global stage. As a board chair of Wealth and Jobs Agency, I've always championed opportunities for the youth. This program is one of such opportunities. And I urge all stakeholders, government, private sector, international partners, GIZ, the European Union, and all that. Yeah. I urge all partners and the young Ghanaians themselves to embrace this initiative. They should take advantage of what we are trying to offer them. I am very pleased that we have the esteemed patron of this event,
General Malik Basintale.
Thank you very much, Chairman of this event, Dr. Ernest Oforisapo, representative of His Royal Majesty, Ni Taki Ekuchu II, Government Chair and patron of the Work Abroad program, Honorable Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, distinguished members of Parliament present here, distinguished guests, partners, members of the diplomatic corps, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before you today filled with immense optimism and excitement as we officially launch the Work Abroad program, the groundbreaking initiative that holds the potential to transform the lives of Ghanaian youth and strategically position our nation as a hub for skilled and ethical labor export. The Work Abroad program is more than a migration opportunity. It is a top priority of His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama and the government of Ghana to tackle youth unemployment through innovative, structured, and dignified pathways in strategic labor partnerships to enhance labor export. In collaboration with our partners, we shall be unlocking the doors for Ghanaian professionals, artisans, and skilled workers to showcase their expertise on the global stage while ensuring their rights and welfare remain protected. We are committed to exporting not just labor, but Ghanaian excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on this journey, we are also conscious of the concerns regarding brain drain. And the last time I was having a conversation with a friend, I was wondering why anytime you have the Europeans trooping into the country, they don't term it as brain drain. But anytime Ghanaians are going out, we term it as brain drain. And maybe we've had many brains drained through Chinese import into this country. But the truth of the matter is that all labor from the international community are well structured and they troop into our country in a well structured form. And that is why the YEA is instituting a comprehensive reintegration and community impact program that will ensure that when our workers go, they shall return home. And when they return home, we shall tap into their skills, their experiences, their financial resources to reinvest in Ghana's development. Through entrepreneurship support, skills, transfer initiatives, and community development projects, our returnees will become key drivers of economic growth. We are especially grateful to our traditional leaders for your unwavering support. The Royal Majesty Ni Taki Teku Chu II. We are deeply honored by your acceptance to serve as patrons of this noble initiative. Your endorsement adds cultural legitimacy and moral strength to our collective effort in ensuring that this program resonates with the values and aspirations of our people. To the Honorable Minister, the Minister for Labor and the Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, we appreciate your leadership and your dedication towards the execution of this program. The successful implementation of this program would not have been possible without the collective efforts of the Ministry of Labor, the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Special Development Initiatives, and all stakeholders that came together to develop the framework work towards achieving this milestone. His Excellency, the President shall in the coming days launch an interministerial working committee to oversee the smooth administration and the sustainability of this program. Distinguished guests, our vision is clear. We aspire to see Ghanaian artisans, healthcare professionals, hospitality workers, and tradespeople become a benchmark of excellence across the international labor markets. With structured partnerships such as our soon to be launched Romanian model and future expansions, we shall be creating a safe, legal, and productive pathway for Ghanaians to work abroad while generating remittances that will contribute significantly to our national development agenda. As we launch this initiative today, we reaffirm our duty to protect the welfare of every Ghanaian youth who seizes the opportunity presented by the Work Abroad program. To this end, we have developed a robust support system, including legal aid, psychosocial support, and the reintegration services to ensure that no Ghanaian worker is left vulnerable. In conclusion, I extend a call to action to all stakeholders, both in the public and private sectors, to join hands with the Youth Employment Agency as we roll out this transformative program. I wish to thank my predecessors for the solid foundation they laid towards making this day possible. Together, we can make the Work Abroad program a success. I wish to thank the Minister for Labor, the Minister for Employment and Labor Relations for the guidance is given throughout the formulation of this particular program, and not to expose him, but he's been a beacon of hope. He's put us on track, and anytime we went astray, he brought us back to path and strengthened the path towards ensuring that today becomes a success. Let me also take this opportunity of thanking His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, for the excellent support he's given and the passion he's dedicated towards the execution of this program. We know that in the coming days, more and more of His Excellency the President will be seen and will be featured particularly in this particular Work Abroad program. May God bless His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. May God bless the youth of Ghana, and may God bless our beloved country, Ghana. Thank you very much.
Please, once again, a round of applause. Malik.
Dr. Sabo, distinguished guests, patrons, supporters of the noble initiative, Nime, Name, members of the media, and most importantly, the youth of Ghana. Good evening. Today marks a new dawn for our young people, an opportunity to rise beyond borders, to upgrade and upskill their skills, to embrace the world, and to return home as more empowered individuals. It is with great pride and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you as a patron of the Work Abroad program, an initiative that will redefine the future of our youth. For years, I've been committed to the vision of creating opportunities for the young men and women of Ghana State and Ghana as a whole. We have worked to empower our youth through skills development, business incubation.
Our flagship career and migration fairs have become invaluable platforms for networking, information sharing, and direct connection between job seekers and local and international employers. Tonight, we add another layer to these efforts. The launch of the Work Abroad program represents a major step forward to support labor mobility schemes and circular migration for the benefit of Ghana. This initiative is not just about facilitating mobility. It's about creating dignified employment opportunities that should contribute to Ghana's economic growth while strengthening also international partnerships. The first phase of this program, which will facilitate the deployment of Ghanaian youth to EU countries, starting with Romania, is a testament to the power of strategic collaboration. By aligning with global labor migration trends, we are not only opening doors for young professionals, but also reinforcing Ghana's position as a source of skilled and competent labor. Working outside of Ghana brings benefits to both Ghana and the host countries. Rather than losing talent, we are unlocking the potential of regular and circular migration. European industries are actively seeking skills workers, and the initiative we launched tonight presents an opportunity for young, ambitious Ghanaians to gain valuable experiences abroad and bring them home after. They bring also back expertise, innovation, and global networks that will enrich Ghana's economy and contribute to the national development. Therefore, that's not a one-way journey, but a cycle of skills enhancement and economic growth. As we celebrate this milestone, let us remember that our collective responsibility is to ensure that migration remains a choice, not a necessity. Our focus remains on equipping individuals with the right skills, knowledge and support systems to make informed and empowered decisions about their career and migration journeys. Therefore, on behalf of the Ghanaian European Centre, I extend our gratitude to all our partners who have contributed to make this vision a reality. We look forward to working together to expand this initiative and create even more opportunities for Ghana's youth. Thank you so much and have all a good evening.